Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Texas Rangers franchise here on MLB The Show 21 and the MSM Sports Network. We've reached opening day of Season 3, and the Texas Rangers have quite a bit to prove this season after 2 playoff runs in the first 2 years of the franchise. The Texas Rangers won the American League West last season, but were unable to get far in the postseason at all after being escorted out of the ALDS by the Chicago White Sox. This year, the Texas Rangers have signed a new franchise center fielder in Ketel Marte and really hope that their combination of young talent and grizzled veterans can finally make them a World Series contender. Now, I'm not necessarily sure that this is going to be our championship year, but I think we're one step closer. We add new pieces in Ketel Marte and Tyler Beede to the starting rotation, but we also promote a new starting catcher, Randy Florentino, to the major leagues after trading Jose Trevino in the offseason. I also think that our bullpen got better, adding Craig Kimbrell to the list. And one thing that we do have to be mindful of, we have Jose Leclerc and Archie Bradley, who are both in contract years here, as well as Carlos Martinez and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in our normal starters. Here's the projected Kansas City Royals lineup, and there's not a ton that they've done differently in the offseasons. In fact, the Royals are one of the teams that most resemble their 2021 opening day roster. They even have Salvador Perez still on this roster. And in fact, a guy that I thought they would move at the deadline during one of the seasons, and Michael Taylor, is still on the team as well. But the Royals are a team that are looking to really make a statement, and I think a lot of that comes from their pitching rotation. They signed Noah Syndergaard to a big deal 2 seasons ago. They have Brady Singer, who's developed quite nicely, and then big pitchers like Scott Barlow and Kyle Zimmer in the bullpen as well. Now, obviously, with our game coming up, you simulate and the CPU play all of their games, and 2 disasterly updates from opening day. Anthony Rizzo, who just signed a deal with the Tampa Bay Rays, has broken his ankle. He's basically done for the season. And then you go over to the Brewers, and Christian Yelich has broken his shin. Out 1 to 2 months. Omar Narvaez also out for about a month. So some major pieces go down around the big leagues, and that's the most injuries that I've seen happen on an opening day in quite some time. Hopefully we don't have any injuries as you get a look at the starting lineups. Ketel Marte leading off and playing center field for Texas as we have our 3rd opening day of the franchise, the first opening day that we have at home. As you get a look at some of the stats from last season, the Rangers were very good on the mound, one of the best in all of baseball in team ERA, and they led the majors in saves with 67. A whole new season awaits us, and the Rangers have set the expectation that they can and will make it to the postseason. The question is, can we contend for it all and win a World Series championship? Well, Tyler Glasnow took the mound in search of that ultimate goal. Day 1 here as the Rangers and Royals play Game 1 of 162, and Adalberto Mondesi will lead off for Kansas City. The first pitch of 2023 just off the plate at 98 miles an hour as the former Gold Glove winner stands in. A good battle that he worked against Glasnow, but on the 8th pitch of the at-bat, he pops this one sky high into the Texas sun, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who is our starting third baseman this year, makes the catch. Nicky Lopez was the next hitter, and he would get the first hit of the season for the Royals, going into center field on a hanging curveball. First traffic on the bases for Glasnow as he looks to respond. Starling Castro, the next batter, batting 3-hole for the Royals, and he pops this one up right on top of the dish. Randy Florentino sheds the mask and makes a nice catch. Jorge Soler, the last chance for the Royals, and another curveball. This one spotted a tad better, and it's popped into shallow center field where Ketel Marte makes the catch, and the Rangers head into the bottom of the first, ready to bat. The first at-bat in a Ranger uniform for Ketel Marte leads off this inning. Marte wears the number 4 for the Rangers and had a good couple of seasons with the Diamondbacks, his most recent team, and his first at-bat in Ranger blue is a walk. That'll bring up Trevor Story now. As you notice, the Rangers are wearing the blue tops. They are bringing that back for the 2023 season. Texas will have their home whites, reds, and blues in the rotation, as well as the Sunday vests. The powder blues will continue to be a road look, as Trevor Story struck out swinging on a great changeup that looked like it had movement to me, and then Tyler Naquin taps out to first base. A 3-6-3 double play to end that inning. Top of the second now, and a strikeout of Ryan McBroom starts this inning as Glasnow punches his first batter out of the 2023 campaign. Fantastic spot for this 98-mile-an-hour fastball. There's just no way to drop the head of the barrel onto that ball quickly enough, as Hunter Dozier finds out promptly thereafter. Back-to-back strikeouts for Glasnow, and it would bring up Yairo Munoz, who barely gets any lumber on this ball. A soft tapper out in front of the plate, and Glasnow through 2 scoreless. We go to the bottom of the second now. Willie Calhoun has the first hit of the Rangers campaign, a laser into right field, and Willie has continued to show his value at the plate. He's not a guy that's going to be able to play any sort of solid defense on a regular basis, but his bat, in just subtle ways like this, with 110-mile-an-hour exit velocity, are why he belongs in the everyday lineup. Unfortunately, though, Nick Solak will ground out into a twin killing, the second in 2 innings, and it would bring up Randy Florentino. Randy taking over as the full-time catcher against right-handed pitching, splitting the catching duties with Sam Huff. He's unable to get that one past the first baseman. Top of the third inning now we go, and the Royals have a leadoff base runner. This was where Glasnow maybe started to struggle a little bit as he gives up a leadoff single to Kyle Isbell, the speedy center fielder. He would fight back, though, and get Salvador Perez to swing and miss at a curveball right over the top of that. Next batter is Alberto Mondesi, but the runner in Isbell's going, and he's gunned out. What a throw by Randy Florentino, who showed his offensive prowess in the preseason, but he can also do things like that. To the bottom of the third we go, and Nate Lowe with 2 outs. A 1-1 pitch right down Broadway, and Nate Lowe hits one of the most majestic home runs that I have ever seen in MLB The Show. 440 feet to dead away center field. Nate Lowe scores the first run of the Ranger campaign, and Texas leads Kansas City 1-0 as the whole stadium rose to their feet to watch this one leave. There was not a person in attendance out of the 40,000 that made their way out for opening day that doubted that was gone. Well, to the top of the fourth, and Tyler Glasnow protecting his first lead of the season, but not off to the best start as he walks the leadoff batter, Nicky Lopez. Starlin Castro up next. A pitch right down the middle, but he grounds into a double play. 5-4-3 as you get a look at this. That was a hanging slider that Glasnow ultimately got away with. It was a good thing, too, because the next hitter was Jorge Soler, who has done some damage against the Rangers, even in this series. And Glasnow misses with the first 3 pitches. Doesn't miss here, but he doesn't get the call. And Glasnow issues another walk, his pitch count up to 50 through 3 2/3. New pitching coach David Wood would come out and have a word with him, but it doesn't seem to do any good as the very next pitch is yanked down the left field line, just past the dive of Kiner Falefa, and it's runners on first and second. Hunter Dozier, the next hitter, weakly to the right side, reached for and grabbed by Nick Solak, and Glasnow wiggles out of the fourth inning with no damage allowed. We go to the bottom half of the frame, and it's Willie Calhoun who digs in. A 3-1 count against Syndergaard, and you know Calhoun is sitting dead red, and this one is roped to deep left. That will go all the way to the wall against the shift. The 99-mile-an-hour sinker turned right around, and Calhoun is 2 for 2 to start the 2023 season. Nick Solak, the next batter. 2 outs, hard on the ground, but right at the third baseman, and the Rangers can't get another run across. To the next inning we go. It's Yairo Munoz to the plate, and another walk issued by Glasnow. His 3rd of the afternoon, and we're not even through the 5th inning yet. Next batter, Kyle Isbell. Hard hit right back up the middle. That's into center field as Munoz takes a look at third, but he'll stay put. It's runners on first and second, nobody out. Salvador Perez in the 9-hole into right field. That's a base hit. The bases are now loaded. There's nobody out in the inning, and that would be the end of Tyler Glasnow's days. You get a look at Salvador Perez, a hanging fastball on a 3-1 count, and Jay Valdez has seen enough. He's going to the Ranger bullpen, and what is a disappointing start for Tyler Glasnow. Has not officially allowed a run yet, but to not even get an out in the 5th inning is not what we were looking for out of our ace. Yuri Rodriguez comes on. He was 1-2 in 10 games last season. He narrowly missed being our 5th starter, losing out to Tyler Beatty, who will actually slot in the 4 spot this season. And his first task was Alberto Mondesi, and he would win the battle. Striking him out with a fastball low and in, there's 1 out in the inning. Nicky Lopez, the next batter. 0-2 count as he fouls away a good fastball here. Rodriguez going back to the well. This one fisted out into shallow center field. On comes Marte. He makes the catch, but the runner's coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's slightly up the first base line, and the Royals tie it up. A good pitch by Rodriguez, but a better swing by Lopez, and we're knotted up in the 5th. Still not out of the inning, though. 2 outs, Starlin Castro down the third baseline. Jump throw from Kiner Falefa. He got him. What a play from our Gold Glove third baseman, and the Rangers are out of the inning. We remain tied heading to the top of the 6th. It's Ryan McBroom scalding one down the left field corner. That's a fair ball just over the glove of Kiner Falefa, and the Royals have a 1-out base runner at second base. With the go-ahead run in scoring position, the Royals would send up Hunter Dozier, who was 0 for 2 on the day. The 1-0 pitch here from Rodriguez, driven deep out to center field. Marte racing back just in front of the track, reaches up, makes the catch, but the runner will scamper over to third base. And the Royals, with the second run of the ballgame now, just 90 feet away. It would fall to Yairo Munoz, though, and he's late on a fastball up in the zone. Pop fly at a shallow right field, and the Rangers get out of it. To the bottom of the 6th we go, and Nate Lowe has already homered once, trying to do it again, deep down the left field line, against the shift, and so much ground to cover here, but the catch was ultimately made. Nice play there in deep left field, as you see just the sheer amount of distance that had to be covered there, and the Royals get the first out of the inning. Ketel Marte up. He's 0 for 1 so far. Walked in his first at-bat of the ballgame, but now down in the count here at 1-2 as Syndergaard has pumped hard stuff away, and then he comes in with the slider, and he just ties Marte up in knots. Well, we go to the 7th. Brett Martin on to pitch. The lefty was very effective last season and earned himself a nice little pay raise through arbitration this year. Quickly gets the first out of the inning as Kyle Isbell, the speedy center fielder, thrown out at first base. Alberto Mondesi up next, and a tapper in front of the mound, and Martin tries to make a heroic play down to first, but the throw just not in time to get the speedy infielder. With 2 outs now and a runner on first, Nicky Lopez swings and misses at the hard fastball in. Martin with a scoreless 7th inning, and it would bring us to the bottom of the frame as Tyler Naquin came up. Naquin starting in the opening day lineup, batting third. He would lead off the bottom of the 7th in style as Naquin deep to center field. Isbell to the track, the wall, he leaps, it's gone! Tyler Naquin with a solo shot, his first of the season. Syndergaard has given up 2 solo home runs today, the only blemishes on his record, and Texas breaks the stalemate. It's 2-1 as the Rangers look for an opening day win. It would be their second opening day win against the Royals in this series as Naquin celebrates with his teammates, and you get another look. Both home runs for the Rangers have gone to dead central today. Isbell certainly gave it a chance at the track, but came up empty as Willie Calhoun trying to go down the right field line, but he was just out in front of that. Syndergaard looking a little sheepish, but he would brush it off and get Willie Calhoun swinging at the high fastball. One final highlight to show you here in the bottom of the 7th, a base hit from Randy Florentino. We've seen his arm showcased earlier in the episode. Now you get to see his bat. He's going the other way here, continuing to validate why we traded Jose Trevino to allow Florentino to take over. Top of the 8th, and it's Jose Leclerc on. He gets the first out easily, and then Jorge Soler gives us a little bit of a scare, but just gets under a fastball and pops out for the second out of the inning. 1-2 count now on Hunter Dozier with a runner on first base. The Royals trying to bring that tying run in, but Leclerc's not letting that happen. Fastball right by the former Stephen F. Austin Lumberjack, and he is fired up to get out of this inning unscathed. The Rangers will take a lead to the 9th inning. Bottom of the 8th, though, is first, and it's Nate Lowe to the plate. Full count pitch. He's homered once already, trying to do it again, but this one runs out of steam. Still, Nate Lowe hitting the ball extremely well to start the season. He's going to earn a promotion from that 9th slot in the lineup. Ketel Marte, the final batter of the inning here, he got a hanging slider right down the middle but couldn't do anything with it. He would be hitless in his Rangers debut. Jonathan Hernandez on looking for the save. He had 29 of them last season for the Rangers. The team that led all of Major League Baseball in saves was 67. And he gets the first out here, a deep pop fly down the left field line. Kyle Isbell, the next batter, works a full count pitch, and now a chopper up the middle, and Trevor Story just misplayed this. I truly still don't know what happened. Maybe I took a bad angle with him, but as you get a look at the replay, this was a slow bounder, and Story just reached too early. He lunged for the ball before it was even to him, and it cost us the base runner, but the very next batter, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, turns a 5-4-3 double play. The base hit does not withstand, and Texas wins on opening day. They take down the Kansas City Royals by the score of 2-1. The Rangers get 2 runs on 5 hits. They outlast a Kansas City team that scored just 1 run on 8 hits. And Texas now has won opening day 2 of the 3 years in this franchise. Nate Lowe was obviously your player of the game with that leadoff home run for us in the 3rd inning, and Texas improves to 1-0 along with the Mariners and Angels in the AL West. Well, in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Tyler Beede start in Game 4 of the series, and then we'll move on through the month of April. I think I might try and hit some highlights through the Yankees, maybe the Indians, and sim up to that Detroit series at the end of the month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate all the support. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed our 3rd opening day episode of the series. And of course, until next time, so long, everybody.